Hey everybody, so it's game day and we got a review and we got some other things going on here. And first thing is we got an update on Claude Julien. Claude Julien had a mild heart attack. It's what he had. They put in a stent in a coronary artery. That's how it was described. That's a heart attack. It's mild because he's already on his way home if he's not in Montreal already to recuperate. Being that that's what it is, don't expect Julien back this playoffs. I can't see how you can. My ex-wife had one a year and a half ago, and she's still recovering. Now, granted, she's not in the shape Julian is, although he's a coach. He's not like a player, but it takes time to recover. And apparently, he's doing well. Prognosis is great, and all that stuff. We wish him the best, obviously, but that's what happened. And good news is that we know what it is, and he has been treated, and he is resting at home. So that's the news there. So let's get into it. Montreal, Philadelphia, Game 2, 2020 Stanley Cup playoffs. Philadelphia won the first one, 2-1. It was a very hard-fought, close game. Philadelphia is supposed to be way better than Montreal, but Montreal manages to stay with them. So let's check out some stats. We're going to start with the Corsi 4 stat. That's puck possession. Montreal usually about 54% in the regular season. They were in the 40s. They just managed to go up to over 50, so that's good that it's coming back up to normal. They're going to need that, and we'll talk about it in a bit. 50.3 for Montreal, 46.9% for the Flyers. This could be key for them. It could be one of the keys that are important. Goals per game, 2.2 for Montreal, 3.3 for Philadelphia, so they're outscoring them by a goal so far. Still early in all this stuff. Goals against per game, 2 for Montreal, 1 for Philadelphia, which is pretty exceptional. Shots per game, 28.6 for Montreal, 27.8 for Philadelphia, virtually the same. Shots against per game, 33 for Montreal, 26 for Philadelphia. So that's an edge for Philadelphia there. Power play, we got numbers to report on the power play, 7.7% for Montreal and 7.1% for Philadelphia. And the PKs are 80% for Montreal and 81.8% for Philadelphia. Now we're time on ice leader for each team. Petrie with 25 minutes, 53 seconds. And we got Provorov with 24 minutes, 51 seconds. So, yeah, there's the quick stats there. So also, this is from now only the qualifying round and the first game. So nothing to do with during the regular season, obviously. Weber, 3 goals, 2 assists, 5 points. Byron, 1 goal, 3 assists, 4 points. Petrie, 2 game winners and an assist for 3 points. Lehkonen, 1 goal, 2 assists for 3 points. So Lehkonen, maybe not in the last game, but he has been chipping in with some offense. KK, 2 goals for 2 points. On the other side, Lawton, 3 goals, 2 assists, 5 points, and he didn't get that opportunity. Thank God for that beautiful Carey Price save. One of his best ever to save a shot to the puck to the head to Nick Suzuki, and he would be out for sure with a concussion. That's where it was heading, right to his head. Hayes, 4 assists for 4 points. Farabee, 2 goals, 1 assist for 3 points. And Sandheim, the opposite, 1 goal, 2 assists, 3 points. Aubé-Kubel, 2 goals for 2 points. Price is 3-2 with a 1.67 goals against and a 9.47 save percentage and a shutout. Hart is 3-0 with a 1.00 goals against and a 9.66 save percentage. That apparently leads the league in these in this postseason. As for every goalie playing at least 1 full game. So news now. This isn't official. This isn't official, but Armia may be hurt. He may be unfit to play today. I read this somewhere, and I didn't know this. I didn't figure this out myself during the game. He may have gotten hurt in the third period early. Apparently, he only played 2 very short shifts after the 6-minute mark of the third period, and then they did bring Domi. That's when they brought Domi down to play on KK's line with Drew. That looked good, and hopefully they'll continue that, and we'll talk about that in a second. So keys to victory now. Keys to victory, Suzuki and KK are big keys to victory. They are playing first and second line center, and we'll get in a little bit more into that in a minute. What I just talked about, moved Domi to KK's wing with Drouin because it looked good, and especially if Armia is out, I think that's like, so you don't have a fourth line that's going to be competitive the way they were, but was the fourth line really competitive the way it was anyway? You have a stronger three lines, and I think you're going to need as much strength in the lines as you can get. And you might not be able to roll four lines regularly, but that's the price you pay for strengthening up the top three lines, if you ask me. Keep the middle clear and keep Flyers to the outside when they break out of their zone. They were doing it pretty well, I believe, in the last game. And they keep to the outside. That cuts down on the high danger chances, the high danger shots, just guys being in front of the net. It cuts it down. Not that the Flyers didn't have any of that action going on, but not a ton of it. They got to keep doing that. Be aggressive and keep out hitting the oppo, which is the opposition. They were aggressive all through the Pittsburgh series. They out-hit them every game, and they did wear them down, and they controlled that series, if you ask me. They got to try to do that here. Not that they might not make them. It might not be the same results as against Pittsburgh, but they need to try to wear them down. They're bigger. The opposition is bigger. Philadelphia's, I think only 3 skaters on that team are under 6 feet. So it's a bigger opposition. You can see it, and they need to wear them down. And they got to do that by out-hitting them. They did 32-27. Not a huge margin, but they got to keep that up. Carey Price probably will always be a key to victory as long as he's playing for the Habs, because pretty much even regular season or playoffs, Carey Price, we know why. His fantastic saves. That save on that Lawton shot that was headed for Suzuki's head came out of nowhere. Could have been, some people say it's fluky. I don't know so much that that was fluky. I think that was just one of his great saves of his career. Biggest one for me, play for Coach Julien. This could be a huge motivator that just gives them that little bit more. They'll hit a little bit harder. They'll shoot a little bit harder. And they'll skate a little bit harder and just do everything a little bit harder playing for the coach. That's something that they got to motivate them with. Not that they aren't motivated just being there, but that could give them that little extra bit that could be really important. Okay, so let's talk about why I've got some of these circled in pink. So 50.3%, that's Corsi. That's puck possession. If the Habs can keep puck possession, not keep, but lead the game in possessing the puck, it's going to be it's a big difference. If you don't have the words aren't coming. If Philadelphia doesn't have the puck on their stick, they can't do damage, right? So it's really it's key. 5-on-5, especially Montreal's one of the top 3 or one of the top teams in the league. 5-on-5 numbers, and they got to keep doing that up. That's puck possession. That's why that circle. That's important. Philadelphia at 46.9. They need to improve that, but if they can't, I don't know, just an edge for Montreal. I'm lost there. Sorry, guys. So now look at these numbers. The 1.00 goals against for Carter Hart. Can that really stay all playoffs? It can sort of, like, it doesn't mean he's going to skyrocket, but at 1.00, I don't expect it to stay, which means Montreal needs to find a way to score on him and to change that number, because if he goes through the playoffs like that, I mean, they're going to win the cup. A goalie giving up 1 goal a game, you're going to win a cup. I can't see how not. So this has to change. I expect it to change, and maybe I'll even predict it here. We'll see how that goes. These two, 947, 966. He's leading the league in 966. I don't know if Price is second, but I don't think he's far from it if he's not. And these numbers are important. If they can both keep that up, they're both going to help their teams to win. So Carey Price needs to keep these numbers up. They're key numbers. Suzuki and KK, they're circled because right now, what we've been hoping as Habs fans, that Suzuki and KK would end up, at some point next season, we were talking, being the number 1 and number 2 centers. This has happened already. It's in the playoffs. Right now, Nick Suzuki is centering the number 1 line, and KK is centering the number 2 line in the playoffs against the Flyers. And not only that, for some part of the Pittsburgh series, they were the centers the last 2 games, I do believe. So it's key. It's a very key stat. Plus, Suzuki's been handling, I guess KK as well, but Suzuki's been a really good job handling in the first series. Malkin And if not Malkin, he was getting Crosby. He's done a great job. He's emerging here. These two guys are the biggest keys to this team going forward, and whether or not they're going to be a contender. It doesn't matter that we lost Lafreniere. Just put that out of your mind. We never had him, so it doesn't matter. But if these two guys emerge the way they are emerging, well, we don't really need Lafreniere, do we? So, I mean, not that it would hurt, I know, but I'm just saying. Okay, so we're at the end. I don't know where I was going with some of this. It's not a great thing for a creator to say. Okay, we're at the Guess the Score contest. We do this, I do this every Saturday during the season and for all the playoff games. So what you do is you guess the score, whatever the score you think is going to be, plus the first goal scorer by Montreal in the game, and that together gives you an opportunity to win an emotional support hockey puck, which, even though this is like my third take 3 times now, I forgot to go get it so that I could show it to you. Oh, so there we go. That's the way things go sometimes here on this channel. So you guess the score, the Habs goal scorer, first one, and the score, and I'm going to do that right now for you guys. So I am going with my favorite Hab at the moment, and one of the kids we just talked about, and that is Nick Suzuki. Nick Suzuki is definitely due for a goal. I kind of feel he'll score one in this game. I'm hoping it'll be the first one. The score I'm going with is very simple. 1 for Philadelphia. I just said Suzuki is going to score, I think. So that means Montreal. I'm going for Montreal, 3-1. 3-1 Montreal. I don't think it'll be a big scoring game. I'm hoping Montreal can keep their guys off the board as much as possible. I got to figure 1 goal. I was going to go 4-2, but I didn't think maybe they'd score 4 goals, and I had to think about it, and 3-1 kind of came to me. There's my score. Please leave yours in the comment section or show up at the live stream. At 2 o'clock, I start a pregame show and go into the first period a little bit, and up until puck drop, you can give your guess there, and you can win the puck. So there you go. That's it. If you like the video with all the stumbles and bumbles, sorry about that, but I don't edit. You get it raw. Give a thumbs up and head down there, leave a comment about anything here, guess the score contest, and if you haven't already, please subscribe, ring that notifications bell, and that'll get you more videos like this from Talkin' Habs. So that's it. Thanks everybody for watching. I really appreciate it. My best to Claude Julien. Get well soon. I don't expect to see him back here, but boys, play for the coach. Peace out. See you next video. Forgot where my mouse was.